Good morning. Let me just turn my volume down. It's going to blow my eardrums out. Morning, good morning. How are we all? Let's open it. Am I? Apologies, I am a bit sniffly and full of bugs. So if I have to stop and blow my nose or cough, I apologize. I'm actually feeling fine. It's just annoying. All right. That'll teach me for going off the golden drops, won't it? Went off them. What do you know? Boom. 6 straight away. Silly me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. Great. Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to have. I'll just message the other two. Where are we? Copy, go. Just do a reminder. Who else are we missing? Carrie is. Oh, yep. Carrie's just come in. Okay. Welcome. Can I have in the chat how you are today, but also how have you been? What have you been noticing since the last session? We've had some great comments in our chat, and I'd really love to tap into these. So that's the first thing. How are you today? And how have you been? What have you been noticing since the last session? Okay, that's first and foremost. I'm just going to pin myself here so we record. Good. Drop that on in there. And I'm just going to bring up our Akoiya page, wherever it's gone. Go. Everything seems all over the place in Facebook at the moment. Doesn't really surprise me. So it's the last transmission. So Michelle said it was an epic transmission and made sure for some grounding time afterwards. And Alyssa called up yesterday. I know that. Actually, I should remind her that we've got a call now. Let me check with her. Where are you, Alyssa? There. Right. Cool. Oh, just got back from a walk. Cool. Yeah, cold, freezing. Brr. My toes are cold. It's cold. And well, it's not my fault. I handed my heater and some of my lights over to one of the guys I'm doing the recording with so that he could take it round to his place and have everything ready for us when we were supposed to record in the weekend. And it was the heater out of here. And then recording didn't happen. And he's around the coast. And so I was like, shit. Okay, when yesterday morning I was like, oh my God, it's freezing in here and I'm already feeling like shit. And now it's cold in here and I've got no heater, so I've stolen the oil column out of the bedroom. It is cold. Had an amazing insight when journaling. Excellent. Looking forward to hearing more about that from Dawn. Headachy for a few mornings when I wake up tired, can't be bothered today, but had been good since the last transmission. Okay, here we go. Oh, Alyssa's just messaging, need the link. So, and I know Carrie is on, but she's probably with people. Carmen says, I had been fine, but today I'm grumpy. Look out. I can't imagine you being very, even grumpy when you're grumpy doesn't seem possible, Carmen, to be honest. Well, look at that face. How can that be grumpy? Don's like, she bloody can, don't worry. I got you, boy. You're good. Kelly is riding the lows and the highs of the waves like she normally does, but noticing I'm feeling the lows more intensely. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw, sorry, bear with me. I'm just sending the link to Alyssa. That means I have to go into Zoom, doesn't it? Yes, go in there. Hopefully I don't just add myself to the meeting here. I'll try not to. Go in there. There you go. Yes. Okay, done. Carrie, I still haven't had a chance to listen to the last session in its entirety. Have been feeling like my body is fighting off illness without actually being sick. Yes. So guys, I don't know if you follow the Schumann resonance or not, but holy guacamole, we have been having massive X flares. Massive. These are, I've talked about exciting times for quite some time. These are insanely exciting times. So I don't know if you also notice that you may be noticing bodily that you're very weary, that you're very tired, that you're experiencing some big, feel like you're battling illness, like Harry was saying. That's how we've been for a week. Just like, what is this? And like, I don't feel sick, but there's this stuff happening in my body. It's really weird. Although yesterday I was pretty shocked, but it's the weirdest sensation. These flares, so what we've received up until very recently are in-class flares. Okay, so they've been flares, they've been very potent, they're sending a lot of very strong plasmic solar energy toward us, but they are nothing like what we have been receiving in the last week. So I would love you to offer yourself right now a little bit of compassion because everything that you are going through is actually being created, a lot of it from outside of you initially. Now, normally I would say to you, everything that's happening is inside of you. Guys, this is actually coming from outside of us. This is galactic and cosmic upgrades. And just let your body know for just a little moment how amazing it's doing for navigating this. So this is like spending your life wearing crystals that don't work, that don't have a high frequency, and then suddenly adorning your entire freaking body with high frequency crystals. That's what this is like, right? It's like never having ever done anything for yourself before and then suddenly giving yourself a whole week of activity and stuff. Your body is under pressure. It is under pressure. So it is vital that we look after ourselves way more than we usually would. Okay, so give yourself permission to feel it all. Body weariness. Just thought I was overdoing things. And see, this is it. We actually are. So you've nailed it, Michelle. We are overdoing things because what we need to be doing is resting. Now, I know we all go, yeah, but I've actually still got work, right? Yes. When you get home at night, I'm inviting you in the next couple of weeks in particular to really consider doing nothing, like resting, really giving yourself the grace to go, yeah, cool, I cooked dinner, and then if I want to go to bed at 8 o'clock, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock. Like, give yourself permission if you haven't been doing that, because we are under a lot of external, very high vibrational, which is celebrational stuff, pressure. Okay. And as Kelly said, riding the highs and the lows of the waves, but noticing those waves more intensely. So are we resisting the waves? Okay, so when we go into a low, are we, and this is what makes us grumpy, Carmen, so this might help you, is when we go into resistance and go, oh, I'm sick of feeling like this, or everything's annoying me, or whatever it is, it's actually because we're in resistance of it. And something that has landed for me, I'm going to say, I'm still struggling to understand what's happening to me right now, but I want to share it with you. There is a huge invitation at the moment to just let everything be. And I've spent my career pushing, driving, encouraging, stepping forward, going. And I'm still very much feeling that current. But I'm also with this, it's like an overcurrent, not an undercurrent. It's like an overcurrent of, hey, girl, just do it calmly. do it with more love, do it more softly. And so I'm inviting you guys to feel that a little bit today. I think that sort of was offered a little bit through the transmission actually last week as well. Where are you in resistance to allowing life to nurture you and hold you and carry you? So can anyone answer that? Where are you in resistance to where life, and I'm going to type that in, okay? Be curious about that. Where are you in resistance? It's a very, very strong trait most of us actually have. Resisting doing the study I need to do to finish my diploma. All right, Claire, let's bring you on and let's just find out what's going on there.
Hi.
Okay. We got you on a live.
Yeah.
Exciting.
My house is nearly finished. I've got tenants moving in on the 24th of May. So there's just a few more little bits to do, and then that's done. So yeah, really busy. But yeah, with my diploma, there's a portfolio of work that I need to do and submit to actually get my certificate. And I've started, there's 67 short questions as part of this portfolio of work, and I've done 5 of them, but it's all on ethics and just crap stuff, and I have to do it, and I will do it, but it's just trying to get traction and just get the stuff typed. I can submit it and get marked on it, then they come back and I can update it, like correct it if I need to. So it's not like it's a pass or a fail. It's just getting the work, getting it done and sending it in.
Okay, and how's it making you feel when you're not doing it?
Oh crap, because I know that I can do it. More than capable of doing it. It's just the doing.
What's stopping you?
Me.
Why?
Because it's like rules and stuff, and I hate rules. I don't,
Yes, go the rule breaker.
yeah, just I mean, I understand there's rules for a reason, and ethics and considerations and all those good things. And it's all about keeping people safe. So it's not big, but it's just like I've done the in-person training over the last couple of years, and I know what I'm doing, but just trying to, when you can do something really well, like whether that's cook a roast or something, and you can explain it to somebody verbally, no worries. But if you had to write that out step by step by step for someone who's never ever even looked at a roast, I don't know.
Totally get it.
It's not easy to do, and that's what I have to do. So yeah.
Okay. Let me just check in for you and see what you need to know.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I feel the straight in the throat, and the words I got were prison sentence. And around that was actually that it feels like a prison sentence that you're having to serve by sitting there talking out the shit that you already know, but what you're undermining within yourself is your true authority. So rules come across as an authority to you, but also it's feeling like it's an undermining of your own authority living through someone else's rules. Okay. If we could reframe this, what you will be, okay, so first idea is don't answer by typing, answer by speaking. So have you got one of the dictation buttons on your phone on your computer that you can press the
on
button
my
and
phone?
speak out?
Yeah.
Do that. and then just adjust it, like cut out what you need, but just blurb it out. So you're actually verbalizing it, and then all you're doing is, they're saying copying and pasting, but that's not actually right. It's
Same.
editing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you may copy and paste into your document potentially, is what they're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the other part is ask yourself, one, where are the rules that you have made for yourself that you are breaking by not showing up and not doing what you created rules. They're saying at the very start of this, you created very firm, very conscious rules for self that you're actually breaking now.
Yep.
Okay. So what will it take for you to show up for yourself now? What is it, and where is it in your body that is holding you back from this piece of completion that you need? You know it's probably affecting you in other areas. This is an energy like
Yeah. It's probably just confidence. It's all those times being knocked back and I suck because I like being right. And I know when I am, like, I'm really good at judging, like, I'm not saying something had a turn, this is actually how it is, but then getting knocked back for that over such a long time. So I mean, it's
you're going to get
confidence would always be a thing. Say again.
You're going to get knocked back.
Well, I think I know I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Yeah, there's this fear, right?
Mm.
Okay, could you close your eyes for me?
Yep.
Where in your body is the fear of being knocked back or rejected?
Right here.
Yeah. Staying with it now. What does it mean to be rejected, Claire?
It's hurt.
Yeah. And if you are hurt, what does that mean for you in your broader scope of life?
It means that I've failed. I haven't accomplished something that I've set out to do, or that, the relationship hasn't worked, or that the thing hasn't happened the way that it should have done.
Yeah. And if you've failed, where in the past have you failed before and felt it in that very spot?
Oh, lots.
Yeah. Can we go back? Ask your body to show you the first time. Oh yeah, it's very in the chest, isn't it? And even in the lungs.
Yeah. I can feel it down my back as well.
Yeah, right into
I don't know what the first time was, but I can feel it.
Yeah, okay. What does your body need right now in order to know that failure is actually success? It's giving you the opportunity to learn, reframe, reshape. It isn't really failure. Failure is a label. It was given to something that gives you the opportunity to try again in a different way, to light it up more, to do it differently than the status quo. What if the words that you place on that paper as you do this work are words that they have never read before, and even they receive a profound learning from it? What if you're teaching someone else instead of being the student?
Oh, I like that better. I can do that.
Yeah, can. Can you feel that down your spine right now and out?
Yeah, it's lifted.
Yeah. Thank you, dragons. Nice work. Okay. So what if your words, and guys, I just want you to feel this as well. What if the thing that you're pushing against today and the resistance that you're experiencing is actually like opening, when you open the lid of a bottle of Coke or hopefully something healthier like kombucha, and when you open it, it goes, shh. What if that moment when your people that you're sending your information to, or the workplace that you're working in, it's like they open that bottle and there's this whole new fizz of life because they've read what they always thought they knew in an entirely different way. What if you were the changer? What if you made the profound change that they have never, ever known how to receive? What if that were the thing? How would that feel?
Way more better.
Yeah, way more better.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, so when you take a big deep breath into that heart space, and anyone else that's been feeling that resistance around showing up in truth and being able to just speak what it is, regardless of what the resistance is, if there is a fear of failure, just breathing that in now, holding it. Now, oh, it's going up the head too. And just let the energy expand out through the auric field. Just notice how fizzy you can feel in this moment. Ah, fizzy. Ironic, I just use those words. Just let it fizz out into the field. There's no such thing as failure. Fears that you have had in the past of being seen to be failing or have failed dissolve now, as you know the truth is always that there is no such thing as failure. It is new pathways and new stairways to success, to enlightenment, to change. How's that feeling? Oh, yeah, that's a big energy shift.
That's really good.
Friend?
Actually, there's a in hypnotherapy, that's part of our learning, is there's no such thing as failure, only feedback.
Yeah. And so you being someone who does want to do better and achieve and all these things, of course you want to be great for your clients. What if, like when you see a client, you love hearing feedback, even if it's not necessarily the greatest. It's all feedback, right? It's all about new ways that you can do things. I had a really nasty, it wasn't even feedback, it was more of an attack than it was feedback, from a lady who just had really no clue what she was even coming for. So then when she got what she got, the way I work, she was like, that's not what I wanted. Well, that is what I advertise, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, this is on you. What were you expecting? And were you expecting a miraculous recovery from your cancer, or were you expecting to receive some deep healing and resolution? And what I realized was that there were better ways that I could word things in order to help people understand what the product is, what it was I was offering, and how and why. And so, yeah, it injured me. There was some bruising. There was some ego that was like, oh, fuck yeah, that I had to move through, right? But it also helped me open an entirely different perspective on the way I present, the way I share, to help people understand more about what I do, in particular when it comes to stuff like this work, because it's hard for people to understand. Like, we work with dragons. People are like, oh, fuck, this woman's on crack, right? So, it's okay. I don't give a shit. They can think what they want. But it's about helping them understand, not necessarily about working with the dragons, but about the transformation. And so I feel like this is the same for you, being able to share what you know about being able to help clients transform and to meld into their true life. You can do that in your way. And you know what? Your teachers will probably learn something from that. And if you can take the fear out of that by knowing that actually you're educating from a vibrational perspective that they are probably not in, and if that's the assumption you can have,
yep,
beautiful. You're coming from a higher vibrational perspective. Not everyone's going to understand it, but those that do are going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's for all of you, okay? If you know that someone isn't seeing you, they feel like they're, there's a pressure for you, there's a fear that you're going to fail because you're not getting the messaging across, know that anyone who doesn't understand it, guys, isn't where you are yet. And that is without judgment. We love them, right? We're just going to show them. We're like the little sparkly guiding lights that, you know, the little firefly that just flies in front of everyone and guides them. That's us. That's what we do. We don't have to expect them to understand or see it our way. We just guide. We just drop fairy dust everywhere we fucking go until someone lands in it. Okay? It's what we do. And the profound shift that I was talking about this week has been literally that, where suddenly it's like, okay, you just have to drop love. There is no other option for you but love. And I've done, Carrie and I have had some very courageous conversations in the last couple of days. Fucking yeah, us. And we are changing the way our family perceive things and look at things. And I had a very courageous conversation last night with one of the parents saying, hey, this is how we do things from now on. And if you don't like it, you're going to be sitting over here. We are going to do things differently. Our family is raising the bar. Are you coming with us or not? And it was very freaking cool. And then all we do is leave it there, right? So you get the opportunity to raise the bar for yourselves, land that seed or plant that seed, and then they choose whether they water it and grow it or not. Okay, you're allowed to step out at that point. So plant the damn seed, Claire. Plant the seed and be like, bitches, I'm dropping it the way I know it is. Let's see if you're good enough to understand it, all right? You know your shit. There is no failure. It is only showing you new ways to approach a client if they don't understand one way. This is giving you the opportunity to test the way you express over and over again. That's all this is. You're not going to fail. You've already won. Yeah. Can you feel the shift in here? Yeah, feels different. And I'm noticing it sitting down sort of in between where the two lungs sit side by side. I can feel it in there as well. So just sit with that, let it move. Okay. Well done, Claire. Oh yeah, it's still moving. I can feel that all up in here too. Yeah, just stay with it. Let the process go forward, go through. Okay. Michelle, not sure what will replace if I totally let go. Ah, interesting. So there's a great trick in here, Michelle, and that is to simply let the replacement be filled with light without a need for an outcome or a specific thing. Okay. Hello, Alyssa. Welcome from your car. Love that. I do lots of work from my car. It's not my favorite office because it's filthy and needs a damn good clean. Carries in resistance of letting go of the level of responsibility you feel towards your loved ones, particularly my children, in relation to my own self-care and nurturing. Okay, who else is feeling that? Who else finds that they get a bit stuck in their own, and dealing with everyone else and parking yourself? All right. Let's have a little talk about this, okay? I know Carrie is off screen at the moment. Let me know when you're ready, Carrie, and unmute. Guys, this is a really big one, okay? This is a really big one. Who are we when we are the depleted version of self showing up? I had to cancel appointments yesterday because I knew I just could not, I could not breathe all over my clients when I'm coughing and spluttering and feeling like shit. But I also knew what I really needed to do was resource myself. I needed to lay in the sun. Yeah, sure. I still did some work on my phone and laptop, laying in the sun, resting in bed, sleeping on and off, catching up on me. I get it. I'm lucky now that I am self-employed, so I can make these changes and shifts. But the world is changing and we are the leaders, yeah? Do we want to teach our children and those we love to put themselves second? No. Do we want to be sitting having a conversation with those we love and our children in 20 years' time while they're crying on our shoulder saying, I'm just exhausted and I don't know how to put myself first anymore. I've forgotten who I am. We freaking know what that feels like, right? So we need to change this up. What's it going to take, Carrie?
don't know.
What's the resistance to it?
Probably. It feels like, for me, it feels a little bit like obligation. I'm just going to close the door. Maybe it might be back to what you were talking about before about a failure thing, like letting people down, not I think too, not doing my best. Like this is an area where I really come unstuck, because I feel like I feel like I've spent my whole parenting life just wanting to be better, like wanting to be the best parent and person that I can be for my children. And so I notice that I find judgment in that around the other parent. Which you know about. So I want to make sure that I give them the best of me. But then can't give that to myself. So it's a bit of a ironic statement, isn't it?
So if you were to choose the things that you could receive every day that would nurture you, what would it be? What would be 3 things that you could give yourself every day that would nurture you? Just you. We're parking everyone else right now, and it's scary, right? Because suddenly you're like, I don't know. I'm not used to thinking about just me. What would it take? What would it be? Is it
no,
in the morning
I know.
coffee for yourself? Like,
I
what
do
is
find these questions hard.
How do you like to start your day? Try that.
It would probably, it would be like being able to sit quietly with a coffee and watch the sunrise, and maybe do my somatic movement in peace and quiet. Like I'd probably need like an hour, maybe. I could probably do half an hour. I definitely need more time alone. I'm noticing that more and more lately, like definitely craving just like definitely craving just being on my own and needing downtime. I think too, because I've recognized in the last probably year or so that I'm definitely the kind of person that needs a lot of downtime, and sometimes that downtime is just me on my own. But I don't often get that because I'm constantly just running. Work sometimes for me feels like downtime, because it's just I sit behind my desk with my headphones in and just squirrel away kind of thing. But that's not downtime as such, because it's really just time away from the other chaos of my life. But it's a little bit like from one chaos to another kind of thing. But I think probably primarily it would be more time just to do whatever I want to do. Like it doesn't even have to be a thing. It might be coffee, it might be reading, just whatever I feel like doing in that moment, but without interruption. Even things like having a shower, or just going to the toilet without being bothered. Mum life, eh?
Oh my god,
sitting on the toilet, I'm like just trying to do my business, and the kids are like, Mum, I'm hungry. Mum, can you get me this? Mum, where's my I'm just like, fuck, like I'm taking a shit. What do you want from me right now?
I love it.
I don't have a toaster in the jug right here in the bathroom with me.
Exactly.
It is so true.
When you're driving, they're like, Mum, I'm hungry. You're like, we're in the fucking country. There's no shop right here. Like, just wait a second. So how can you set guidelines for others around what around what it is you're available for? So one new rule maybe is, if I'm taking a dump, you don't message me. You don't call me. I get messages from Lexi. Mum, where are you?
Yeah, I've had the same.
I have sent a photo back.
Because I've wandered into one room in the house and you're not there. So boundaries, I guess. Maybe it relates to like setting boundaries, or my inability to set boundaries because I'm too fearful of how other people react to them.
Yes. What would be the worst thing that would happen if somebody got put out by your personal boundaries?
well, when it comes to my kids, they get shitty with me. They pack sads. They make me feel bad. They make me feel guilt.
Is it them making you feel guilt, or is it you making you feel guilt?
Well, no. Okay. Their behavior makes me feel guilty. So yeah, no,
Behaviour
it's
triggers
me.
the
Like,
statement within you, right? And you're authorizing
yeah,
the guilt to take control. Yeah.
yeah,
So this is a very big one, right? The you made me feel guilty thing is so
yeah.
common, because your behavior did trigger the guilt thing in me. But at the end of the day, that guilt thing is yours to look at. Okay. So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
your boys, Carrie has 4 boys, by the way, when your boys get older, do you want them stomping their feet at their wife because dinner's not ready when they damn well say, or because she's taking a shit and they want her to make them a coffee? No.
Yeah. This has been in the forefront of my mind, particularly just in the last maybe like 3 to 4 weeks. Exactly that.
Yeah.
Me going, what the fuck am I doing to my kids? Because if this is how they're going to continue, then they're just going to be like not very nice people. I mean, they are, like they're good kids.
Yeah.
But this is the behavior that they're seeing. Oh, like this is what they see is a woman's places in service to a man, to a male, and I'm like, oh, how do I change this? And I feel like I've really gone backwards and forwards around, like, is it my responsibility? Is it how can I change this? Is it what they're seeing from their dad, because he does exactly the same thing, but I know my part in it is definitely just saying no more. But it's how do I
no gently,
how do I do that
and feel safe?
Without without the guilt attached to it. Like, I know, things that I've worked on in the past, like just the simple act of going out and spending time on my own, or spending time with a friend without taking my kids, and then their reaction, and how I go out and I want to go out and just have a nice time, but I spend the whole time feeling guilty because I feel like I've let them down.
This. All right.
So it's being able to it's being able to have those boundaries and not feel the guilt at the same time.
Can we have in the comments, please, does anyone else notice that they feel guilty because they give time? Tim's looking straight at Amy. Hey, where do you notice you feel guilty for taking time for yourself to resource yourself and give yourself energy back so that you can be the mum you desire to be, or the dad you desire to be, or the partner you desire to be? How many of us feel guilty for showing up for ourselves and creating some boundaries or picket fences around how we would like our life to be? Yep, Alyssa's felt that too. It's the mum life thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's what I would like to invite each of you to do, and dads, this is for you as well, okay? Or partners, whatever it is. Feel into your body right now. So everyone just dropping eyes down. Take a big deep breath and ground yourselves in. Just feel into your body right now. Where is the lack of self-respect residing within your body? Just notice it. Don't judge it. We don't need to know why. We don't need to know anything else right now. Where is the lack of self-respect? And notice that, okay? Remember where it is. And clear your mind. Now go back at that lack of self-respect space. 0 to 100, 0 being not at all, and 100 being it is extreme. How strong is the emotional response to lack of respect? Of self-respect, sorry. And can you type that into 0 to 100, lack of self-respect? Can you tell me in the comments before we do this process, what is the current measurement? And I can really feel it very strongly in the chest. So I don't know if there's lots of people feeling that. And where did you feel that? Sorry, as well. So let me know. Lack of self-respect. Alyssa has a 20. I've kind of learned not to feel guilty anymore. 10 out of 100. Good. Alyssa's feeling it in the back. Great. So we're all going to be in different places and spaces for this. So ultimately what this comes down to is we don't believe there is value in our self-care. And so what we're actually doing is tacking back to this belief that we need to respect everyone else's needs above our own. Okay? And there are levels of this. Okay? So Carrie's is at like 80 or 90 in the heart center. Yeah, I could feel that. Thinking about it, it triggered an immediate sadness, tears. Yes. Tim in the heart. Welcome, Tim and Amy, by the way. You guys might not have met Tim and Amy, but here they are. In the heart, 60%. Excellent. And Claire says, I've got to look after myself before I can look after anyone else. That is absolutely it. So 3 things. Amy's in the solar plexus. What was the measurement for you, Amy? Great. Kelly, where's yours, babe? And Don and Carmen, I don't think I have yours. And that lack of self-respect. Now, just keeping in mind that this lack of self-respect could show up as slightly other things. 60 for Amy. Excellent. Okay. And I'm going to show you the coolest practice that will convert your perception of yourself and your respect and love for yourself very quickly. And as I've been talking to you, remember my shoulders, but I feel it's only a 10. I've done a lot of work on this. It used to be a lot higher. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay. So for those of you that are feeling very charged, I want you to just spend a moment grounding yourself again as we go in and go back into that place where this was pretty intense for you, okay? And really take this very seriously right now. Those of you, even though you might only have 10s or 20s, you're going to have days where this feels a lot higher, okay? So I want you to follow this process too. So holding on to this space in your body where you know a lack of self-respect still exists at whatever measurement it is right now. And I'm just going to call the dragons in to sit around us during this time. Excellent. Placing a circle of protection and light around us. Okay, it's coming through as a channel. For just a moment as you breathe, notice the breath of Creator, God or Source moving within you. Remembering who you really are, that your truth is of spirit. Examining and experiencing and encountering a human life. Which means that this vessel and all of its outer experiences are seen through the eyes of spirit unless your human ego creates a filter upon it. And this ego may speak to you and give you poor advice, perhaps, on what it is to be spirit or what it is to be human. And that humans are doers. And that there is no time. That there is not enough energy. That your body can't keep up. The old belief of if I do this, then I miss out on that. And if I miss out on that, then I'll be judged in this way. You're being invited to take off the lens of ego, place it at your feet, and watch through what will be much cleaner, more spirit eyes now, as that lens is absorbed by the earth, consciously concentrating on it dissolving, being placed down, and then lifting yourself now into your eyes. And with your eyes closed, experiencing what it feels to be in this moment, a spirit in a human vessel. Experiencing spirit, your divine blueprint, the one that knows to be able to serve, you must be in full service to self, that you are the gift. It is not your actions, it is you. It is your energy, it is your spirit, it is your soul, it is your truth, it is your divine blueprint. And experience that within this physical vessel. Notice as you breathe, it experiences the human breath, and you'll feel its vibration moving through your vessel. Notice how you can expand that blueprint, that spirit that you are, even out past your skin. And notice as you begin to consider opening your eyes, the intention you place upon the life that you will experience as soon as you open your eyes. Will you choose to see life where you are in the mode of victim to it all? Or now that that lens has been placed down and Mother Gaia has received it back into her for transmutation, what is left? It's only the eyes of source energy. Therefore, you will see life through the eyes of your Creator. You will know life is energy before action. And therefore, you must preserve the energy of the spirit to move the human body in motion, to be able to be the action you desire for self and others. If you are now to breathe a deep breath in, and in your whole fullness of that inward breath, understand how vital your spirit is in this game of human life. As you breathe out, you allow your eyes to slowly open. And you begin to understand that you must be of service to self before anything else. Let the energy of this new view, as you open your eyes, penetrate into the place in your body where the strongest belief of self-respect was, or lack of it. How can you possibly lack self-respect when you see through the eyes of your Creator? And how will you consciously choose differently now, knowing you are not a victim to anything outside of you. You are spirit. Action comes at the end. This inward vibrational support must come first. As the Creator maintains the energy for the entire universe, you maintain it for your universe. Setting 3 intentions now for the way you will gift back to the Creator, the Spirit, the soul within. Setting those 3 intentions, small maybe, but important. Moments that you will reclaim in your life. Claiming them back into yourself now. Letting your spirit know. Your human will play along with these changes because it understands the currency of energy that you choose to be. Noticing as that element of lack of self-respect that you had has to be dissolved or be transmuted because it cannot possibly survive in the energy of the Creator's light. It is not a truth. It was an ego story. It was a wound. It cannot remain when you're in this energy. And we invite you to understand you are this energy. You were never not. You are it. And breathe with it a few times now. With each breath, letting all of the density of that previous belief or emotion or sense that your respect for self was not enough. Letting all of that go now and respecting yourself through the eyes of your Creator. When you are ready, bringing yourself back into your day, noticing your human vessel, carrying and embodying the Creator's energy as you do. Change in perception. Okay, so noticing that point in the body that you experienced before, 0 to 100, what is its measurement now? You'll all probably feel a bit dopey because I definitely still do. Take a couple of faster deep breaths if need to bring yourself back in. And one of the beautiful gifts that I give myself every morning now, because I suck at waking up in the morning, is I get up, eventually sit on the end of my bed, and I just do some fire breathing. Okay, so that's just fast, efficient breath into the body, and it just makes me ping. And I'll always do it before transmissions as well, always, because it just cracks everything open. Think about what are the things you can do. It's literally 10 seconds, okay? Great, Tim's a 20, Amy's a 40, and before Tim was a 60 and Amy was a 60. Excellent outcome, guys. Well done. What did that take us? All of 5 minutes. And what if we were to see ourselves as that before anything else? What if we were to see ourselves as functioning on behalf of, as I tend to see myself often, as I am a representative of creator or source's energy. Therefore, I must gift to myself first. And in order to do so, I am reflecting to my children, my partner, whatever, whoever else, that they are as important as well. I will always say to the kids, if you're tired, you get home from school and you're tired and you want to snuggle in bed, do it. You have my full permission. Whereas as a kid, I was like, you don't go to bed. You're not, like it was all done differently. Now it's like, if you're tired, rest that vessel. That is okay. Take in the sun. Go and sit outside in the breeze. Giving full permission, as creator would, to care for self. Yeah, letting go of that guilt. That's beautiful. Feels like a 0 right now. Holy hecka. Yes, queen. You guys, you are worth it. What will it take for you to understand? We are not just fucking humans. We are spirit. We are game changers. We are grid workers. If we can't give ourselves that, how can we possibly expect to ask others to show up in their lives differently? We've got to do this for ourselves. And I encourage it daily. I really do. By doing this daily, what I personally have experienced is how will I word it? A shift in my self-belief would be, that would be a fair way of explaining it, that I understand now that for me to be who I need to be for my clients in my whole complete truth, for my kids and for my partner, without any guilt, I have got to give myself this. Otherwise, I'm making excuses for myself, and that's not showing up fully. So if you're like, no, I don't have time, I definitely can't do that, I want you to catch yourself in that lie, in that untruth. Catch yourself in it and go, hang on a minute. You are a representation of the highest vibrational light on this planet. And you're saying you don't have time today? 3 seconds might be all it takes to gift yourself what you need. 3 seconds. My breath in the morning is 20 seconds. That's it. And it's literally changes so much for me. So, what are the 3 things that you committed to gifting yourself? Can you drop that in the comments? We're locking and loading that in. What are the 3 things? What are the 3 things you are gifting? No, I'm going to say committing to offering yourself daily. And I'm going to be checking. All right. They're chuckling away behind me. Water, card pulls, and walking. Oh, yes. All centralizing your energy, right? They're all bringing you back. Water is very grounding. It brings you inward, consciously taking that water into the body. Vital, right? Vital for our well-being. Card pulls help you see yourself, help you receive the guidance, help you know the pathway. Walking is both following a pathway because you're walking, but you're also grounding. I absolutely love that, Claire. Beautiful. What else, family? What are the 3 things that you are committing to offering yourself daily? So I've gone back to offering myself Blue Lotus every day because it's just so remarkably supportive for me. So I'm back in there, cacao, blue lotus. Changing up the way I start my day rather than sometimes I only have decaf coffee, but sometimes I do have coffee. And so I'm just shifting that up again. Time, first thing in the morning to catch my breath before the day, out in nature, rest where needed. Great. And who would like a guided breath session? Like it'd be probably a 3-minute tops recorded breath session that you could do to start your day. If anyone would like that, let me know. And I can, okay, cool. Yeah, great. Couple of nods, excellent. I'll get that recorded and dropped into the group because those can be super helpful. Great way to start the day. And even like a couple of high vibe drop-ins, I've got a few that I've already recorded from other events. So I'll drop those in. And it's all about how kick-ass you can be in a day. And they change so much for you. When you come in with a bit of sass into your day, you do vibe high. It's awesome. Exercising, eating healthier, and self-reflection. Absolutely beautiful. Love that too. Yes, getting that exercise in and checking that. I'm the same. I really need to do that. I've been saying I'm joining the gym and I never bloody get there. So we need to get whatever feels right for us. We need to choose this now, okay? Especially with these flares doing what they're doing. We need it more than ever before. Vital, really, eh? And noticing how our children are affected by these flares as well. Lots of kids not feeling well at the moment. We're getting hammered, but it's all for the greater good. So what do we need to do when we're getting hammered by these energies is we've got to up ours, right? Which means we rest, which means we expand. Half an hour each morning to commit to my somatic movement practice. Yes, showing myself love with positive, loving self-talk, the absolute key. Because if you're like, no, you're not really worth it, Carrie, you can't do that today, you need to do this. You're constantly telling yourself you're not valued. What if you were like, no, you are doing amazing, right? Celebrate yourself. I just had this conversation with my husband. I don't give a shit if you don't want a 40th. You're having one. Because you need to celebrate that you, one, made it to 40, because most people probably didn't think you would. And two, that you are alive and living. This, like, why are we not celebrating ourselves? It is all because we've believed that we are not worthy of it, right? I've got to change it up. Committing to loving boundaries for myself. Yes. When that child knocks on the toilet, say, I'll be with you soon. Next time, please don't knock on the toilet. You know where I am, and I'll answer when I'm out, right? Just those little things. My daughter does it all the time too. And so I'm not preaching here. I'm going to do exactly the same thing myself and say, hey, you know what? Actually, no, not having a con while I'm trying to poo. Or maybe tell them to come in and watch. You want to talk to me, you have to come in here. They'll change their minds very quickly about having a conversation with you while you're on the toilet. All right, beautiful. So committing to those 3 things each. Is anyone else in a process right now that they're finding difficult and challenging? Anything else very alive for anyone right now? How's your grumpy level feeling, Carmen? Bit better? Good. Anyone else feeling it right now? All right, beautiful. So how do we all feel now? We've been through that very sweet little transmission there. How are the bodies feeling? Can you just check in with your body? Do you feel like it's still moving and flowing? Do you feel like it's settled and calmed? Does it feel big and bulgy and bold right now? What does the energy feel like? Does it feel safe to see yourself through the eyes of your creator? Ready to study. Boom. That's the way. Love that. My body feels light and expanded. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. How are we feeling? And so you don't need me, and we just did this process, right? But you don't actually need me every time to bring yourselves into a place like this. You're fully capable of resourcing this yourselves, okay? I'm here as a support person and a guide when things feel a bit rattly, but I want you to really trust yourselves that you are already enough to do all of this yourself. I'm more than happy to offer you tools, but know that you are very capable of this all by yourselves. And when I say me, I mean the crew. Don't seem to be able to find the words today, but less grumpy. Less grumpy is better than very grumpy. What were the words at the very start? It was like, I'm so grumpy. It was pretty, it was good. It was funny. Where is it? I'm grumpy, look out. Okay, so maybe we could take the look out off the end and less grumpy is good, right? Wonderful news. I love that. It's very good. And I think we've just lost him and Amy. Kelly, how are you going? And Kelly, you mentioned earlier about the lows and how you experience the lows being very low. Is anyone else noticing that? No judgment either way. When you're having those lower moments, you're processing. Now, Kelly, you and I have talked about this, that it's easy to bypass, right? And to look outside of self and bypass what's actually going on in here, okay? Amy's feeling better, good. Is that what you were answering yes to, Amy? Just check that. How you're feeling in the body. You're feeling like you can see yourself through Creator's eyes, but also definitely feeling the lows, but allowing the energy to flow through and move on. Perfect. And to, without judgment, investigate them, okay? So we can, if they're flowing through and moving on, brilliant. But making sure you're grabbing what you need to know and learn from it, right? Because it is the learning that is the conversion point. All right. So funny that when I was typing that flow autocorrected to glow, flow autocorrected to glow. Well, I like this too. Okay. When you are experiencing a low, I want you to imagine yourselves at the bottom rung of the ladder, right? We talk about the ladder a lot. I often see this as the spinal stairway, okay? So the 33 vertebrae representing the 33 steps to heaven, as we talk about. I often see this as the bottom rung of the ladder. So when you're in that low, there is a reason you've gone to the bottom rung. The reason you've gone right to the bottom of the ladder isn't gone. Okay, it's not gone, it's still there. You've gone down to the bottom so that you can learn what you need to learn to cleanse it from that level so that you can move up the ladder more. Every time you raise your vibration, I think I've talked to you guys about this before. If you imagine the ladder is the journey of life and the journey of ascension, okay? Within every rung, so with every step that's in the ladder, there is a whole journey of experiences within each of those rungs. So this may be your higher vibration at the top of that rung, and this may be the lower one because you're at the bottom of that, but it's also the top of the other, right? So you're going to go through all of these lessons and learnings in order to get to this next rung. But sometimes you get up here and you're like, shit, there's this lesson way down here that I didn't learn. If I don't deal with it now, I can't go higher. So if you're doing that, and this is without judgment, Kelly, if you're going up to a point, you're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome, and then boom, crash, know that you bypassed something. And it could have been 20 years ago. Could have been 2 weeks ago. But you bypass something that now needs to be revisited so that you can move up the ladder. Now, when I say up, I also mean expand. It doesn't have any superiority in my view, okay? So just because you're moving up the ladder doesn't mean you're more important or more evolved. It's a just a way of helping you understand. Okay, internet's going a bit doolally. So as you go up, if you're like, okay, I can feel the boom, it only means that you've bypassed something. It's just time to go back and visit it. All right, that's all it is. It's time to go, probably because you're at a point, you're at a vibration that you can handle it now. That may be exactly why you bypassed it, because you weren't ready before. And now you are. So when something comes up, let's say fear, for example, and you're like, holy crap, there's all this fear that I'm processing and it's big and it's hard and it's difficult. And then you feel the fear, like you go into the fear. What if you were to know that this is the gift? Because that means you're moving up, you're moving out, you're expanding your awareness, and the God, the creator, the consciousness within you is saying, okay, great news. You're right where we need you, but you've got to clear this shit out, man. You know, imagine if we didn't put our rubbish out to be emptied every week. Pretty damn messy around the property, wouldn't it? All you're doing is putting out the rubbish. Can you see it that simply? What you're doing is you're going around the house right now and you're emptying all of the bins in the house. Put it in the damn bin to get it the fuck off the property. That's what you're doing right now. You are not in this chronic pain point that you will never get out of. And being in containers like this will ensure that you never stay stuck in it. Understanding, not saying that you have to be in these containers in order to do this, okay? Let's just put something on the air. I'm a firm believer that these containers are supportive, but you are your own healer. Okay? We have no savior complex here. It ain't a thing. You are it. So when you go down and you get into that dirty, difficult stuff, also know that you are the one that saves yourself here. Celebrate yourself for going into that dark place, that difficult place, that shadow, the murkiness, because you know that you are a being enough, filled with light enough now that you will transmute this quickly. If you don't, we bring it into these sessions and you verbalize that it's difficult and we shift that shit and we do it together. So even though one person may be processing something, everyone has a responsibility to it. Yes, we struggle. Oh no, we struggle to put our house rubbish out. Okay, well, can we change that? All right, energy clearing. This is all energy leaks. Cleansing ourselves, keeping our space clear mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. All right. Right. Amy and Tim are not going to forget to put the rubbish out anymore. Okay. They're not. It's going to be one of their jobs. Make it a therapy. I strut out the night before. It's dark. I hope that the stars are out. And I walk that driveway with absolute intention. All of this leaves us today. And I leave it there, trusting that that's where it goes. What could you do at night if you went, when you went to sleep, if you were like, cool, well, the rubbish goes out, mentally remove all the rubbish out of your mind so that you can go to sleep. Everything we experience in the human action space has a spiritual connotation. So if we're doing grumpy right now, what is our spirit desiring? If we're in fear right now, is our spirit desiring? Where are we not giving ourselves the grace to go in? How does that feel? Has that got you thinking about how you're going to change things up this week? I know Tim and Amy are going to put the rubbish out. How's that feeling for you, Kelly? It was rather funny that it auto-corrected to glow from flow. Both beautiful.
Yep. Yep. No, it's feeling good. I had not considered it in the idea that I am ready to process more intensely. That's a very different way to look at it. That's good. I like that. Yeah. No, that's good. And I think I'm getting caught up in it's like, it's not me. I know that it's not me, but the human comes in and goes, oh, but what if it's me? But I know it's not me. I've spent 3 years getting to this point where I know it's not me. And I think I just have to stop overgiving to people and places that are not open to receiving.
Yes.
Because it's not me. It's not me.
There's a boundary there. There's a leak there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see that when you're forcing your energy into places that are not willing to receive, you're going to receive a resistance that is going to create a vibrational rebound to you. And you're going to go, oh, I failed. It feels yuck. It's because what is reflecting back to you isn't where you're at, but it is also the gift. Whenever someone has a go at me now, I'm like, awesome. Thank you. I'm going to take that and play with that. Fuck it. This is going to be fun for me. And once you start that, like even having this very bold conversation with family last night, it was like, I actually really hope I trigger you. I really hope I do, because it's going to help me see how I'm able to be a conduit for change. Shit's got to change. Are you prepared to be the conduit for the change? Are you prepared to have the sassy, bold conversations with yourself, but also, hello, brother-in-law. Are you prepared to have those sassy, bold conversations with yourself? You go, Kelly, sort your shit out. You are handing yourself over and expecting gratification where you're not going to get it. Stop handing yourself over. I've removed a person from a group before because everything was a problem. They constantly said, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that. And I went, you know what? Here's my boundary. If you want to be the teacher, get a program, get it going. I'm good with that. And I will help you do it. If you want to be sitting here in judgment of everyone else, if you're not prepared to look at yourself, I can help you with that. But if you are not prepared to go there, we're done. The relationship ends. We've got to have boundaries for ourselves.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
step
Too
off
many
those
years
boundaries?
of people pleasing.
Yeah. So how are you going to break the cycle?
Know when to walk away. Yeah.
Yes. With love, right?
Yeah.
To walk away with love. I go, okay, cool. I freaking love the shit out of you, but I'm out. Laters. And sometimes
Yeah.
that stepping away is the very thing that invites them in. Okay. Sometimes you being in their space so much means they can't see themselves. So by you stepping out, it opens them to understand their own ladder, their own evolution, and they can start understanding the rungs, the ups, the downs, all the things. But while you're in it, sometimes, not always, but sometimes it can be the very thing that is limiting their growth. And it's definitely limiting yours. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. So my husband, and I tell him I talk about him all the time, so he knows. My husband, in terms of his evolution, he's very resistant. Okay. It's the men in our family, isn't it, Carrie? Very resistant. They see us expanding and we kind of think they're going to come with us, and we see these little glimpses, and then and it's this full it's like a recoil, and they go right back to the old habits because it's safer and easier. And what I've learned with my husband, and it has been very difficult to do this, is to step right back and just let it play out. Just have to let it play out. Okay? Because that's their evolution, their growth, their stuff. It's not ours. Well, we jump in and try and fix it, or even guide them or make suggestions. If they're not ready to view their ego and understand it, it's a trigger and it's going to cause something we don't need to cause. We just let them be aware and then just be there to plant the little seeds when we need to. So if you choose to step out, Kelly, step out curiously and observe what happens with those people when you do. And if they crumble, babe, let them. It could be the greatest thing that ever happened to them. Right? And it's against our nature. We feel like we have to run in and fix everything, right? We don't. We be there, we hold space. We don't fix. Is this resonating with anyone else right now? Are you suddenly going, shit, I need to do that for this situation or that situation? Yeah. How's that feeling, Kelly? What's coming up? Don't resist the process, babe. Let the process be. What you're doing right now, as you feel this, babe, is shifting the grids of the planet.
That's so interesting because I just got victim mentality come up, which no. Like I got I didn't ask for this. Like that came up straight away.
What did you ask for?
Oh, see, now I just want to throw a tantrum. Like I didn't ask for this person to come into my life. I didn't ask for them to treat me like crap. I was perfectly happy before they came into my life. I did not need, want, or look for this in any shape or form. And now it's just one more thing that I have to deal with that I was quite happy not having in my life. I didn't ask for this in my life. Like it just came in.
Kelly, you know what I'm going to say here?
Yep.
We've been together long enough to go, well, at some level you did, babe. Some level there is something you needed to learn, and this is the moment that you're going to learn it. That person came into your life. You were perfectly fine beforehand. Okay? That's what you believe. What is this, whatever this person has done that has created a trigger in you, what is it showing you right now? Victim mentality came up, right? What are you needing to understand more about yourself through this, through what is coming up?
Wow. Oh, I can't always have all the answers. It's not
Yeah.
always going to be tidy in a little bow. Like I can't even make this up. I was talking to them this morning before the session, and I asked them specifically just to tell me like where the issue is, and they outright refuse to tell me. Like they just do not want to tell me. And I don't, it's just like, why won't you tell me? I have asked you to tell me so that I know for myself, so that I can do things differently. But you're just outright refusing to tell me why you have an issue. I can't change it if you don't tell me. But you're refusing to tell me. And you won't even tell me why you're refusing to tell me.
Hey,
It's
Kelly.
not hard, just tell me. I just want to know where is the issue? Like, see, and then I go, why am I too much for you? But I'm not. I know I'm not too much. I am not. It's not
Okay.
me. It's not my issue.
All right. Feet on the ground. 0 to 100, what is the emotion right now of victim mentality? What is the intensity of it?
77.
Okay. Where do you feel it in your body?
Mm. 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 It's hard to tell because I was sitting with my legs crossed, so like my leg is going off, but I get everything now. I feel like I'm a freaking radio antenna. I keep getting everything through my teeth. Like, oh my
Your
God,
teeth is
my
the gateway
teeth.
to the body, right? All teeth or certain teeth?
Well, I would have said certain teeth, like if you'd asked me this a couple of weeks ago. Like I've been going to the dentist over and over and over again trying to correct some of these teeth, but I'm starting to suspect maybe it's actually not physical.
The
Like
jawline or is it teeth? Which ones?
I had the weirdest thing the other day where I was convinced my entire jaw had actually moved. Like it was not, like I think my jaw has gone off center. Like it's
Hmm?
like,
Okay.
but I don't know if I'm imagining it. I don't know if it's so weird.
Okay, out of the head, back into the body. Stay out of the story now and stay with the body. Stay with the jaw. This is for anyone else who's experiencing that victim mentality as well. Staying in the jaw, in the teeth, giving full attention to that 77 out of 100 that you're experiencing. Feeling into it right now, Kelly. How much are you speaking into being the victim in your life? How much are you actually giving authority to being the victim? and staying with it now. What does your jaw and what do your teeth need? Biting down tight if you need to, as we process this out. Does your jaw and your teeth need to know that you are in charge, that you get to take bites out of life that are sweeter than you have ever taken before? That you get to chew on life the way you choose? What does your body need to know? Okay.
I'm not. I don't think I'm taking the time to. I don't think I'm taking the time to process everything out. Like, I'll process some of it out and I'll go, oh, look at me, good job. I just sat here and I processed it out. Now I'm good to go again. But I think I'm bypassing because like, but I don't even know I'm doing it. And then it'll build and build and build and build. And then yeah, and then it will, and then yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when it will get really intense.
So what will it
It's
take for you to allow yourself to truly see it all and everything you need for your complete evolution, rather than taking tiny bites of your healing process? How can you take it all in? What do you need to feel safe in order to do that? Body connection is coming through very clearly, coming into the body. Where am I feeling that in the body? What is the intensity of that emotion? Not necessarily where has it come from, but how old was I when I first experienced it? How old were you, Kelly, when you first experienced victim? Don't think it, feel it. View your own timeline and see where you land.
I got from birth.
Yeah, yeah. You were born into this world. You entered this planet. And we know from conversations we've had in the past, you were like, what the actual heck is this? Remember that sense of wanting to go back? Don't feel safe here. The creator's eyes that we worked with before, Kelly, I want you to see you as a young one now through those eyes. And I want you to be that young one viewing the world through these eyes, okay? You've just been gifted a life, an experience, an opportunity. What do you need to know right now to know that you get through this and you're in charge of life? You are guided by Creator. You are Creator. What you need to know it's safe to go in and learn more and more about yourself, or maybe what your ancestors were unable to process. What are your resources to safety?
I keep getting that I just want one person to see me, just one, like just once. I just want to feel seen. I still don't feel seen,
Okay, Kelly,
but I want it. I
say it. Come on.
I feel like it's not okay to want that, and I don't know why.
Yeah. It feels like it's not okay to be seen, and it's not okay to want to be seen. Can I just point something out to you? Everyone else has their camera facing right at them. You don't look at the screen. You look away from the screen. What would it take to see yourself, Kelly? Can you look right at me right now?
Ugh.
This is the disappearing act, right? This is the one that says Kelly will look everywhere else but in. This is the one that says I will avoid every fucking eyeball on me so that I can't be seen, but what I deeply desire is to be seen. Can everyone that's here with us type in the comments what they see about Kelly, please? When you see Kelly, what do you see? Kelly, lift your eyes and look at the screen. And feel as you do, my eyes looking back at you, seeing you, and acknowledging the Creator and the truth of Spirit within. This will break this, Kelly. You need to do this. You are here to win, not suffer. You are here to see yourself and have others see you. Are you prepared to reclaim this today? Carrie sees your vivacious energy that she has, her fierce determination. Oh, yeah. A beautiful blossom, so ready to bloom, but afraid to step into the light. Yes. Resonating, Kelly?
Ugh.
Came here for this. All of those ancestors that went through the very same thing and were not brave enough to be in the moment like you are right now, ready to reclaim who you truly be. I see you. That's it. Hold the gaze. Tell me how it feels right now to hold it. Yeah, it's scary, yeah?
You have no idea.
Oh, I do.
Like, I can't.
Kelly, I want you to just sit and look. You can. You came here for this, okay? We came here to do this together in this very moment. Feel what it feels like to be seen right now. You know me, you're safe, okay? I want you to see me, see you in me, right? That saying in Reiki training, namaste. The highest version of me honors the higher version in you, okay? Look at you. Head up, looking in the screen. Celebrating this. You are fucking seen, okay? This is it. This is your reclamation right now. You don't need to hide anymore. And if people can't see you, Cal, don't look back. Okay? It's safe to see the parts of you that you don't like and learn to love them. Learn to be safe with them. This is what you came here for. And as soon as you break this, and as soon as you do this, and we know you do, you get to show others how to do it too. Your stage confidence will change. Your writing will change. What does it feel like to see me right now? Seeing you. Safer by the second, I'm getting told. Yeah.
Don't know what all the fuss was about.
Yes. 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 Holly, you are me and I am you. We're all one another. Okay? So where you hide parts of us. When we hide parts of you. Okay? The whole point of this dynasty is to correct the grids. And you just did it, babe. You just broke the fear of being seen and the victim that comes with that. And it probably feels like your heart's going real damn fast. Yeah. Standing you light. Now that's right. You are light. And you are seen. And we're all here seeing you. Okay? You have some tasks this week, Kelly. One is to go back and watch this process. Because I want you to witness yourself unfold. Because that was beautiful, wasn't it, guys? That was so brave. I really want you to experience that now, looking back at it going, I am a fucking warrior. I just broke something that no one before me could. And you've broken it for us as well. Understand that. There are people on this planet that have been so desperately desiring to break it. You've just started that cycle for them. This is grid work. This is how it starts with us and feeds through the planet, okay? I want you to be able to let what you've just shifted move out of your feet, go into the earth, and move into the grids, dragon lines, the ley lines, and convert the planet. Everybody deserves to be seen. There's no more victim on this planet. And it's because of you. And then I'd like you to look in the mirror every day. I'm going to drop into our page something that will help you because it's got music and it's a bit sassy and it's fun. And it is helping us all break this with you. Okay? So we will all do it. Okay? So what did you say before your measurement was on this? 77. 0 to 100 right now, that victim mentality, that feeling through the teeth and the jawline, feeling like you couldn't be seen, 0 to 100, what is it now? It must be clearing because I'm getting tears.
44, but it's
Brilliant.
I feel like it's dropping, like it's still dropping.
Yep. And it will, okay? So the reason when you feel like it's still dropping like this, My understanding through the dragons and my guides is it's because it's ancestral. Okay, so it goes gently for many reasons. One is so it's not too much of an impact on your body too quickly and heavily. So you will have 3 days of processing this out. Okay, so it's vital that you make sure you implement these tasks. Okay, and so when it's ancestral, it's like pulling a rope from way down the timeline, and so it can take a little longer to drip out this way. There are ways that it can be done a lot faster, but this way we might call more of a somatic or subtle transformation. This is how it's done. Okay, so I want you to move your body, turn on music that you love and dance that shit out of you and start celebrating what you just did. Maybe we all need to do it. Crank some beats and be like, we fucking just destroyed victim mentality like that as a collective today. Okay, honoring you, babe. Well done. I'm here. If you need me, reach out. And also remember to drop this in the group. Okay, if you're going through stuff, drop it in the group, because we've all just been with you as you process this. So you're getting extra help by naming it into that group. All right. Carmen says, I think I'm feeding, oh, that might be Dawn. I'm feeding on negativity today. Something just changed for me while you just got guidance, Kelly. I shifted myself from an 80 to a 40. Kelly, you just helped do that. This is what I mean by the grids, guys. Okay. This is why I believe it's so important that we bring more and more people in. If every single one of you people, when you transfer or transmute something like this, affects 750,000 people in your lineage, the more people we have in this group, the bigger the impact when we start moving stuff like this, right? It's exciting as. There's going to be some wobbly people around if we've just shifted all victim mentality. Absolutely. And we are the Po. Okay. So that's why it's important that we share into the group. We process as efficiently as we can, as together as we can, so that we remain the Po, and we can expect victim mentality to start dropping people left, right, and center around us. But we know how to do this. Okay. And use the practice. Go back and watch this and use this practice and do it with someone if you need to. And tell them this isn't going to be hard and fast. This is going to be a soft, gentle flow over the next 3 days. Okay. Very proud of you all. Thank you so much for staying as we went through that process. I'm going to send you off to do your days now. I would love to hear how you celebrate this. Kelly, I will just send you a couple of extra little practices, okay? But I'll drop most of it into the group because it's really important that we all do this. All right? Dawn, congratulations on dropping that from an 80 to a 40 while someone else's process was taking place. Just shows how powerful this can be. And I'd just like to say a special thank you to the dragons who definitely held a very strong circle around us as we move through those things. Carrie, well done for your beautiful breakthrough as well, and Claire, yours. Amazing, you guys. Nailing it today. I'll get this recording up straight away. Okay. So much love to you guys. See you real soon. Bye now.